get going, keep growing with IPED. It's on that note I want to welcome you to Grow with IPED, and we're very happy to be back with you. And at IPED, we're everywhere in Guyana for everyone in Guyana. And this week on my program, from the 18th of November to the 24th of November, has been designated Global Entrepreneurship Week. And at IPED, the Guyana Youth Business Trust, which is a unit of IPED, is the official host of Global Entrepreneurship Week in Guyana. So I'm very pleased to have with me on the program Miss Darlene Walcott, who is the officer in charge of the Guyana Youth Business Trust. And we'll be updating you with some information with regards to what the Guyana Youth Business Trust, what we would have done for Global Entrepreneurship Week. So I invite you to stay tuned after this ad break, and I'll be right back.
Pursue a career in business and management or build your human resource capacity with diplomas and advanced diplomas from the Institute of Commercial Management based in the UK. Contact IPED's Entrepreneurial Development Centre. Our diploma and advanced diploma courses include business studies, project management, marketing, office management, human resource development, and international trade. Affordable evening classes, qualified tutors, a comfortable environment with free learning materials and study facilities. Choose IPED and ICM.
Welcome back, and we want to thank you for tuning into our program of Grow with IPED this week. And we have so many persons out there, young persons between the ages of 18 and 35, and we also have older persons, older entrepreneurs. At IPED and the Guyana Youth Business Trust, we cater for all entrepreneurs out there. So if you have a business idea and you want to invest in those ideas, or you want to really find out how you too can get going and keep growing, we want to invite you down to the offices of IPED and the Guyana Youth Business Trust. It's on that note I want to say a hearty welcome to Darlene, who is the officer in charge of the Guyana Youth Business Trust.
Thank you for having me this morning, Mr. Singh.
It's a pleasure having you, Darlene. And in my opening statements, I mentioned that the Guyana Youth Business Trust is the official host of Global Entrepreneurship Week in Guyana.
Yes,
Let us talk about Global Entrepreneurship Week and what we would have done to really mark this very important occasion.
Well, as you know, the Guyana Youth Business Trust, we're the body that represents or promotes youth entrepreneurship in Guyana, and we were given the mandate to promote or to host activities for Global Entrepreneurship Week. We've been doing so for the past 2 to 3 years. Last year we had fun, we had great activities. This year we scaled it down a little, but we still try to reach out to the young people. This year we focus more on reaching young people that are in schools, at university and various technical vocational institutions that can utilize the skills that they're learning in school to actually consider entrepreneurship as an option.
Which is a very good initiative. Very often, you would know, Darlene, and maybe our viewers out there would also agree with me, persons attend these vocational institutions, tertiary institutions,
Right.
and upon graduating, upon leaving those institutions, in many cases, they have nowhere to really practice those skills.
Exactly.
So here is where we're telling you that entrepreneurship is the way to go. So let's talk about what we've done for the week, Darlene.
Well, we've done a total of 4 presentations, and we try to spread it out across Guyana as much as possible and to reach all of the technical vocational institutions that are trained, where students are trained in various skills. We also went to the University of Guyana to target students that are trained in professional skills. On Tuesday, the 19th of November, right? We went to the Government Technical Institute, where we hosted, or we did a presentation to about 50 students on the skills that they can use in entrepreneurship, the skills that they're doing in the technical vocational, the government technical institute, skills that range from plumbing, welding, technical
I
skills,
know. Hmm.
also business skills, which they're also taught there in computer science, how they can use these skills that they're learning to actually start a business. We also, cause them to brainstorm a little on entrepreneurship as a viable option versus actually graduating from school and going and look for a job. A lot of them actually had the intention of looking for a job after they would have graduated. So we kind of stimulated their minds on options that exist outside of just graduating with the skill that you're given and actually just going to look for a job, right?
How many persons were in that group?
About 50 persons.
What was it? A mixture of male and female?
Yes, it was.
You know, because
Surprisingly.
sometimes we have the impression that at these vocational institutions,
Right.
especially the technical institutions, that it's a male-dominated, area.
Right.
But it's glad to hear that many
Yes.
females too are getting into those technical vocations, which is very, very good.
Well, what we find was most of the females, they did the business type
The
of
business
training,
studies.
the
Okay.
ordinary diploma in commerce and computer science. We hardly found the females that were involved in the mechanical, mechanics,
I know
doing right?
those technical skill
Right,
area.
the technical skilled areas and plumbing, etc. But there were a few,
Okay.
right?
Did they show any level of enthusiasm
Yes,
and
they were very
excitement?
enthusiastic about it. It was a very interactive session. They had a lot to say, a lot of questions to ask. It was very interactive.
Okay, so that's very good. So we are looking out at persons maybe graduating from the Government Technical Institute. Upon graduation, you can then come to the Guyana Youth Business Trust, and Darlene will be very, very happy to line you up or to direct you in the right channel or the right direction, you ought to take in order for you to put those skills that you would have gained at the Technical Institute to, a very fruitful, business. And let us talk about your second intervention.
Our second presentation was actually done on Tuesday too. It was Tuesday afternoon at the Carnegie
Okay.
School of Home Economics. Well, there we had mostly girls, right? But we had a few boys
Well,
in
that's
the mix.
expected. Carnegie School of Home Economics, people, homemakers, working in the kitchen and so forth. But based on what you're telling me, you had males.
Yes, we had a few.
A
We had
few.
a few potential chefs.
That's great.
Right? But they don't just do cooking. They do things like sewing and
Okay.
craft, and they also do cosmetology too, which was something new to us.
Okay.
So we presented to them on how they could use their skills that they're learning there. Similar kind of concept. Use the skills that they're learning there to actually create a business for themselves or to develop an enterprise. So, we considered, or we asked them to consider the possibility of looking into entrepreneurship as a career.
Right. Mhm. Sometimes many persons out there, they're of the view that entrepreneurship it's like a last option.
Right.
But it is not a last option. As you rightly said, it's a career that you can choose from very early in your life.
And what I recently learned too is that an entrepreneur is not just someone who wants to own or start their own business, but they must possess the entrepreneurial drive or spirit. So if you're not interested in entrepreneurship, if it's not innate, if you do not possess the drive to do it, then you might as well look for a job because it's something that takes a lot of you. You have to want to do it. You have to have the commitment to it. So that's another thing.
Quite true. You're watching Grow at IPED, and here I'm chatting with Miss Darlene Walcott, the officer in charge of the Guyana Youth Business Trust, and we're bringing you information as it relates to Global Entrepreneurship Week of activities that we would have done over the past few days. Your third presentation, I guess, was at the University of
That was
Guyana.
at the University of Guyana, the Education Lecture Theatre. We had a small turnout. We had about 25 persons.
But that's great.
It was very interactive.
You know.
Yes, it still was, right?
Mhm.
And that was very interactive. In this case, we asked them to examine the professional skills that they would be learning, engineering, business management, the various things that the university would offer to consider starting their own business. They welcomed that idea. Right?
Okay. Sometimes you find that persons going to universities, they are of the view that when they graduate, they are looking for a job,
Right.
They don't see this option.
That's
you
the
know.
general culture.
That's the culture. And I think slowly and slowly that has started to shift, that culture.
Right.
With the intervention of IPED, with the intervention of the Guyana Youth Business Trust, I think slowly and slowly people out there, youths and adults, are beginning to understand and appreciate that entrepreneurship is indeed a viable career.
One of the students from the University of Guyana actually came up to me and said, you know what, this was really great. We needed this. We needed this kind of information. So I felt very privileged to offer that type of information to them.
Okay. And I think you all went up Linden.
Yes, yesterday, that's on the 21st, 20th, 21st. Yes, we were in Linden at the Linden Technical Institute. The similar concept as the Government Technical Institute, whereby we were trying to get them to brainstorm or think a little bit on the skills that they're learning and how they can use these skills to develop their own business or to propel themselves into, starting a career in entrepreneurship. Right?
Okay.
We had a gathering of about 60 students, and that also was very interactive. We had some role playing,
Okay.
where persons had to come up with a business idea in various groups according to the skills that they were learning and actually present it to us. So that was very interactive and fun for them.
That's great. You had
Right.
time to do all that?
Yes, it was. Yes.
So you had how many groups?
In total,
Uh-huh.
we had 3 groups.
3 groups.
Right.
So you do 20 each,
Right.
20 persons in a group.
Right. Thereabout, because not thereabout.
How you found the presentations?
It was great. It was actually great. Some of them were a little far-fetched in terms of their
Business
ideas,
idea.
right? But the fact that they actually created these ideas showed that they were thinking, and they were thinking entrepreneurship, and that was the main aim of the presentation.
Could you share with us, our viewers, what was maybe one of the business idea that they have? One of the
One-
group has?
One group, well, the group that studied electrical installation, one group decided that they were going to start an electrical installation company.
Okay.
And they were going to set up the personnel within the company and have field persons
Okay.
and persons indoor. It was a nice little setting that they created. They actually acted out.
They acted it out.
Right. Right.
That's great.
Right. So
You know.
that was it.
Okay. So I guess maybe you would have had fun,
Yes, it was.
being a part of those presentations. And I think the executive director of the Guyana Youth Business Trust, Mr. Ramesh Prasad, made some presentations as well.
Yes, he actually did 3 of our presentations. The one at the Government Technical Institute, the University of Guyana, and Carnegie School of Home Economics. Sorry.
Well, so I have benefited from your presentations. I'm a student of the Technical Institute. I'll be graduating come maybe July next year. What advice would you give me?
Well, if you're considering entrepreneurship as a viable option or as an option for a career, you can come into the Guyana Youth Business Trust, where we offer an integrated package of services that can help you or assist you.
Will you offer me some training before you provide financing?
Definitely, that's a part of one of the services that we offer. It's entrepreneurial development training.
Okay, that's great. So you provide the training, and at the end of the training, then maybe I'll become more
Yes,
eligible.
At the end of the training, you're actually equipped to draft or to complete a business plan.
Okay.
And after that, you would be able to apply for financing.
Right, and how much financing can I get?
We lend a maximum of $800,000 for startups.
Right, so young people, you're watching this program, you're between the ages of 18 and 35, come to the Guyana Youth Business Trust, get enrolled for a training program, prepare your business plan, and who knows, you can be eligible for a loan of $800,000, collateral free, right, Darlene?
Yes, we do not
No
collateral lending.
collateral. Imagine that. You can't get that anywhere. $800,000 to start a business with no collateral. But the key to it is that you have to enroll for entrepreneurship development program, and you have to successfully complete that